Ladies apparently hasn't been over in South Carolina. They own Hemingway's Bistro, and they've been through plenty of hurricanes.
Yeah, apparently these old ducks, now they're pretty hardcore. They don't shut the pub. They just let the water in and just keep serving beers.
They've done it for 2 decades. They're 75 and 78.
Oh, bless them.
And they've been together for 58 years. 58 years. Now, there's basically the Beaufort in South Carolina, and they're going to stay open during the hurricane, which is Hurricane Florence. Now, here's a photo I'm going to show you right now, of water, which is almost knee-high, people in there in raincoats, and they're still serving drinks.
Absolutely. What else are you going to do when the power goes out and your house is washed away? You have a beer.
They said even if the power goes out and there's not much water in the place, they put candles and lights in there, and bang, they're still open.
Because the pub's taps don't run on electricity, they run on gas, so you can keep serving beer.
That's right, CO2 now. But what about the cash pots, like where you pay for your drink? Are they going to do a tick system?
You have to do it on tick.
Tick.
Or maybe just grab a passing fish and just put marks in the fish and then give that to a person.
They said that they went through 89's Hurricane Hugo, but this hurricane is devastating. So by the time that this is out now, it would have already the east coast of America with full brunt, and people have just been out. There's photos of streets where people have just gone out. They've put signs up saying looters will be shot and things like that. And the flooding could prove devastating. And I really hope, and I'm being serious here, I really hope that the American government do a better job than W did when Katrina hit down there in New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't do much of a worse job. He pretty much balls that up.
Ballsed it up.
That's a polite way of saying it.
Understatement.
I think this is great. These old ducks, hard as nails, Aussie chicks, just pulling pints.
They're almost
serving
80.
schooners. Shit's falling down around you. Dudes are paddling in. They just paddle up to the bar, grab a skoo, paddle on off.
Well, it's actually the whole place is actually, if you have a look at it, the whole place is actually kind of got a rustic stone kind of dealio, you know what I mean? Yeah. I love this. There's flooding on the floor, but yet the game is on in the corner here.
Very good.
And
AFL or NRL?
No, well, I can't tell from there. It could have been American Idol. I'm not really sure. But anyway, look, if you are going over to the States, Hemingway's Bistro, it's in South Carolina on the Beaufort. Tell them that you heard it right here on the Burble, that you're going to go there and visit it. Actually, we would love to know about those, eccentric kind of places that you've been to all around the world. We would love to hear from you. Send us an email, theburbleau@gmail.com. We'd love to know exactly all those kind of places that you've been, okay? Theburbleau@gmail.com, so we can get it up on our social media. What are those little pockets of the world that are so unique, like Hemingway's Bistro here in South Carolina? Have you been to any places like that?
No, not really. No.
You need to live more.
Well, at least you can't accuse those two old ducks of watering down the beer.
Hi, I'm Colin Burrows, CEO of Perineum Point Zoological Park. If you've visited the zoo over the past 2 years, you may have noticed we've been working hard to make sure the experience of the zoo is exciting, educational, and overall inclusive for all of our guests. Over those 2 years, we've installed more shaded family areas for picnics within the park, improved guest amenities, and more fun, live animal attractions for the whole family. Now in our 50th year, we're excited for the grand opening of our latest attraction, specifically designed for the more conservation adventurous patrons in the community, our new heavy petting zoo.
In a world first, Perineum Point is proud to present a leap forward in captive breeding with our
heavy petting zoo.
Never before has conservation been so kinky.
Heavy petting zoo.
Now, more than ever, the term exotic animals has a broader meaning.
Heavy petting zoo.
At Perineum Point, witness the rarely seen side to saving some of the world's most endangered animals with an all-70s funk sound.
Heavy petting zoo.
Our all-new facility includes a 350-seat amphitheatre for our primate breeding program and an all-new attraction simply titled Monkey Business. 5 shows a night, over 18s only.
Happy Petting Zoo.
Sloths. Notoriously difficult to successfully breed in captivity take over from 2 a.m. till dawn. 1 show only.
Happy Petting Zoo.
Forget the days of blindly donating your hard-earned cash to other wildlife preservation causes. Inquire today about our Platinum Perineum membership and make it rain to save our furry friends.
Happy Petting Zoo.
For more information, head to our website, perineumpoint.com.au, and click on the baboon's bottom, or call our information line 1-800-GONZOO. That's 1-800-GONZOO. Perineum Point. Conservation has never been so coquettish.
Happy Petting Zoo.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
As you're a big reader,
I do love a good read.
yeah, what's the last thing that you've read that you loved?
Probably the last book in Game of Thrones, because I had to catch up after everyone watched it on TV.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Game of Thrones fan at
Oh,
all.
you're one of those 1%ers.
I don't like medieval shit. I just don't like it.
Do you like boobs?
Yes.
Do you like violence?
Kind of.
Then
If
you'll
it's
like
Tarantino violence.
This is more violent than Tarantino.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's got some really cool dialogue, then a dance segments, and then there's someone that gets
Oh, they don't
eyes.
have dialogue in Game of Thrones. They have boobs.
That's all it is.
Bibs.
So you're only... So hang on a minute. The world's population of men are only watching this TV show just for boobs.
Well, no, you get sucked into the story after about the 16th set of boobs.
Okay. But it's all still medieval and stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's in political intrigue.
My medieval stuff ends probably with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. That's it. And I didn't read the books. I just went and watched the movies. That's it.
Right.
As there's this woman in the United States who a couple of years back, well, about 7 years ago, published a 700-word paper. Basically, it was called How to Murder Your Husband. So she's a romantic suspense writer, and she said that she spent a lot of free time thinking about murder, and consequently, she's gone and done it. She's actually murdered her husband.
Well, no one saw that coming.
She fatally shot her husband, and she's a self-published romance writer. And that essay, How to Murder Your Husband, happened a few years ago. Nancy Crampton Brophy.
Oh, she's got 3 names.
She's got 3 now, but imagine that, Brophy.
Brophy.
Brophy. You know, that's sort of like something you win with the boys, you know what I mean?
She could have like used that as the best line ever before she popped him.
Yeah. Now,
You're out, Brophy.
there is a serious side of this, okay, because there's been domestic violence apparently that's occurred
Right.
between them. She's been married to him for 27 years, so the guy unfortunately that's passed away, Mr. Brophy, he was a 63-year-old chef, and he was found shot at his workplace, and they weren't able to save him. A day later, she gets on Facebook announcing the death of her husband, saying she was struggling to make sense of everything right now. This is what the post says. She goes, "For all my Facebook friends and family, I have sad news to relate. My husband and best friend was killed yesterday morning. For those of you who are close to me and feel this deserved a phone call, you are right. But I'm struggling to make sense of everything right now. Please save phone calls for a few days until I can function." Well, she is now arrested, so she's only going to get one phone call, and she won't be able to make many more of it. She's written things, though, as that in this same essay that she wrote, she discussed several potential motivations for wanting to kill a spouse, including infidelity, abuse, or greed.
Right, the holy trinity really there of knocking your husband, really, isn't it?
She said, "Divorce is expensive, and do you really want to split your possessions?" She asked in a section about financial motives of killing your husband.
Right.
She goes, "I find it's easier to wish people dead than to actually kill them." Well, didn't that backflip on her?
Well, she did wish upon a star, I guess, didn't she? And it came true, although she had a lot to do with it.
Well, we got this post. It's no longer public now, but there's archive versions which are available online, and of course we found it. So she's also written titles such as The Wrong Husband, which was a 2015 novel about a woman who escapes an abusive spouse during a shipwreck in the Mediterranean and falls in love with one of the men who are sent to find her.
Oh, that book would have had heaving bosom and, rippling chest and long, manly hair like a lion's mane, no doubt. But I think they should publish her back catalogue just in case there's any other clues there, like how to rob the bank on 4th and Main wearing, a
Or how
clown mask.
to win Powerball without buying a ticket.
Yeah, or, how to kill that chick that bullied me in 4th grade.
Or what about this one? How to win the presidency with no skills whatsoever to win the country. I'd read that.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
Well, I bet you are as glad as anybody that this nonsense is over and done with. However, though, it's going to continue next week. Az, thank you very much.
Thank you, Benny.
Theburble.com.au is our website. Make sure that you check it out. And, of course, theburbleau@gmail.com if you want to be part of the program. We can actually make phone calls, by the way. I'm sorry. Hey, Google, I'm sorry we didn't include you in the show.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
Neither am I. So we're going to be back next week. It is The Burble. I'm Benny.
I'm Az.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is it over yet?
The answer is yes.
Oh, thank God for that. Hit us up on the socials and check us out at theburble.com.au. And don't forget to subscribe and share us with all your mates.
Thank you for sharing.
And here's the good news. They're back next week. Really? That's good news?
It's great news.
Here's the taste.